Can't be more than I love.
Yeah,
I don't know about the transition from visual podcasts to, from audio podcasts to visual podcasts, because before people could just listen to it wherever and whenever, but I've noticed the more and more time goes on, they get less and less podcasty, and they get way more like The View, basically,
Yeah.
like an extended version of The View for the women's view. Well, I guess it's.
Do you watch the women's view?
The failed compilations, I definitely do.
Okay,
Yes,
yeah.
I for sure do. Those are some of the best. Anyways, since it's become tradition, any Elon Musk news, Paul? That you've heard
yeah.
of?
I guess today. I think on Christmas Day actually, or the day after Christmas, Elon Musk on Twitter promised that there would be a pickup truck coming out from Tesla.
That would be
Pickup
awesome.
truck.
And there was a lot of actually like negative reaction from a lot of investors saying like, how can you promise us this when you're at this rate? If you don't really start producing vehicles at a good rate, you're going to run out of money in 2018, in the middle of 2018, unless you seek new funding and like standardize your business model and actually like seek growth in it.
Screw that. I want a truck. And those trucks are insane.
But it won't happen without money.
The cars, but don't the just their like the P32? What is the model? The famous Tesla, whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't that have as much pulling power as a truck now? Not even in a truck format. Isn't it insane? I saw them like pulling a boat or something.
Isn't
with
it low torque, high acceleration?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, it's a low torque, high acceleration. Trucks are set up high torque,
Yeah.
low acceleration. So it's engineer stuff, but
Probably a software update.
yeah, yeah, a software update
they
could
push
change
it
it on
in.
Well,
Tesla.
because it's electric motors, so that's why it's like that.
Yeah,
That's insane to me that you can do a software update and all of a sudden your car goes faster. Just a little performance tweaking. That's insane. Hello and welcome to the Reality Check Podcast episode. What is it? 43? 43?
43.
Holy cow. Every time. It surprises me. Every week we get farther and farther up there. I'm your host, Eric, and I'm joined by my not-so-good friend and my good friend and my switcher friend and my animator friend. Only half of those people you can actually see right now. Anyways, we got Caden over on the switcher board. He's rocking it. We need to get him a camera and a microphone. We're getting there. I already got so many cables running from place to place just to get this little setup running. And I'll let the other two introduce themselves now.
Would you like to go first?
Sure. I'm Austin, here again. Glad to be here. I think you guys are going to love this podcast edition. And, yeah, so.
We got some exciting topics. And go ahead.
Hi everyone, it's Paul, back for another Reality Check podcast. Excited to be here once again. Yeah, we do have some interesting things to talk about. More end of the year stuff. It doesn't seem like a lot of companies are coming out with a lot of huge news right now, but we've picked out some pretty good topics to go over.
Welcome to the live stream edition, or welcome to the video on demand version, or the pre-recorded version, or whatever you want to call it, depending on how you guys are watching this. If you're part of the live stream, welcome. Thank you guys for joining us. We already got a few people here. Thank you, number one HoloLens fan, Snail Mail Games, and I think there was a couple other people.
There's me.
And there's Austin in the chat, always moderating. And for everybody that's listening to the pre-recorded version, thank you guys for sticking around with our inconsistent schedule we've had lately with the holidays and everything, and trying to add new formats and everything. We're just, I should stop promising a schedule and just be like, our videos will come when they come. Anyways, it's been really good. If you guys are listening to the pre-recorded version, I highly recommend coming on either Tuesday nights or Wednesday nights. We stream live at about 7 o'clock Mountain Time. I really highly recommend you guys come and join us. It's a good old fun time. Lots of chat, lots of yelling at us when we talk about Magic Leap. So, 2 people so far have told me to get a new intro and to not say my not-so-good friend anymore. Should I change it, or should I keep it a running gag for as long as possible?
Who said that?
Noah from the Magic Leapers. One
Thanks,
that I can
Noah.
remember off the top of my
Thanks,
head.
Noah. Yeah, let's get a new intro. I'm a little tired of that one.
Paul, what do you think?
I'm just interested to see where we can go with a new intro. Like, can it get worse? Because, like, they're not saying oh, you need to make it be nicer to Austin. They're just saying you need a new intro. So you could be like, my worstest friend, Austin.
Oh, good point. Good point. I could just evolve.
My least favorite friend.
I could just evolve. So, anyways, we actually have a little bit planned out for this podcast. So first, we're going to start out by getting some of the Holo Herald news out of the way, like we always do. Some awards that we mentioned last week. We don't have the awards finished, but we got all the categories figured out that we got. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to move on to some of the mixed reality and augmented reality news that's really important. And then we actually have a lot of just fun random links and stuff that I found related to augmented and mixed reality that we're going to go ahead and go over. Probably introduce you guys to some really cool stuff you guys have never seen before. And then we'll probably do some predictions for 2018. So go ahead, sit tight. It's going to be fun. There will be, if you guys are listening to the pre-recorded version, there will be, what are they called? Timestamps and a link dump down below with all of the relative links, and you guys can jump around wherever you guys want and sit tight, and let's get into it. First, let's start off with awards. Actually, let's show off Dinny. Let's show off our newest member of the Holo Herald. Can Caden, can you hook us up with Dinny? We had Arts and Crafts Day. We had Arts and Crafts Day here at the Holo Herald. Oh, our mic.
Our camera just froze.
Our camera froze. But we still have audio. All right, our camera froze, which is actually funny timing. That's right.
It's the curse of Dinny. He
It's
doesn't
the
already
curse
on
of
camera.
Dinny.
Maybe turn it off and turn it back on. The curse of Dinny. All right, some technical difficulties. We will be right there. Oh, we're back.
Okay.
Easy. OBS just had to freak out. OBS has been freaking out a lot lately. Anyways, while we were gone, Caden went and grabbed our new friend Dinny. Where do I start? So to start with,
Dinny has a long history, actually.
we've always wanted something a bust or something cool to put the HoloLens on, because we don't have a 3D printer, so we can't 3D print it, and Microsoft didn't send us one. So we decided to create our own masterpiece. His name is Dinny. It's a male, just so you guys know, and he holds our HoloLens and our hearts. That should be it. Paul, do you want to dispose of this? Of him, I mean. Anyways, you guys will see him in future videos. We were pretty proud of our creation. And now let's just go ahead and jump to awards.
Okay, so we came up with like about 9 categories, and I'm going to just list them off for you guys in no particular order. And afterwards, if you guys want to give us some people that you think should be nominated, or companies or apps that should be nominated, let us know. We've already picked out some nominations, but we're still looking for new submissions. So the first one we have is MVP, so that's like the most valuable player of the mixed reality community.
Yeah, so MVP for community members is what that is.
Yeah, so it could really be anyone. It doesn't have to just be like a developer or someone like that. It could be a community member, just someone who's really done a lot for the mixed reality community this year.
Yep.
Best corporate app, so we're talking about apps that are created by large companies that they did make public for us to try out, or that we saw and we thought they looked cool, or heard about and thought they looked cool. So we're kind of looking for things like that.
Most of them are like Microsoft partners and such.
Best indie app, that's really from anyone who is out there just making apps at home in their free time. They're not paid by anyone to do it, or they're like a smaller company, they're trying to do it.
Just a couple of guys probably.
Yeah, it's just more small developers, and we're looking to honor them. Top developer, so that's just the developer who's done the most for mixed reality this year and has come out with some of the coolest apps, in our opinion, of course. Mm-hmm. Top Holo Herald fan, so we've got a couple people, I think, in the stream who will be competing for that, as typically our podcast people are our best fans.
Yes, definitely. And so if you want to be more likely to win our award, we do have awards for all of these, by the way, that we're going to be giving out, especially for our community member. It'll be a little bit different than a traditional trophy or whatever we decide to give out. Continue on.
We have the best AR headset. So that one could really be anything. That came out in 2017. I think we made it, correct? So, I think we're just going to do best headset this year. Right?
Yes. Best headset. We're not. That came out this year, since 2017.
Yeah.
The apps can be a little bit older than 2017, probably since the birth of the HoloLens or the birth of whatever device that they're for. And this isn't all just HoloLens specific. These are just mixed reality, augmented reality community members or apps in general that we've got to try. So continue on.
And then we have the best HoloLens game. So this one is specific to the HoloLens. And this is more just like those games where it's just like, oh, it showed off some really cool technology on the HoloLens, and we had a riot playing around with it in the office here.
Yep.
Or if there's something that we haven't tried out in the office, you guys should let us know, and we'll try it out, and it might just make it as the best.
Yeah.
We have the best HoloLens utility app, and these are apps that we would see having a use in daily life once the HoloLens or any AR device is really popular in our society today. So
yeah, and these categories might change just a little bit before we get it. If we get down and we figure out they're a little bit too specific, or there's one guy sweeping like 4 or 5 categories, we might change them around a little bit. But this is a general overview. Is that all of them?
yes, that's all.
We're debating on if we should do like an iPhone one, too, like an external award for just the best augmented reality app that doesn't have that's not on a headset device. I think we should probably add that one in too. But anyways, those are our awards. If you guys have any good ideas for people or apps or companies or games or devices or whatever falls into those categories, you can tweet us. You can leave a comment below. You can leave a comment in the chat. Just get a hold of us. If you're interested in possibly winning and there's something we didn't mention or that we haven't seen, go ahead and send it to us, please. We're open to trying all different kinds of things. Anyways, I think that's all the Holo Herald news, isn't it?
Yeah, but everyone needs to make sure that they are active with us in these awards, because we don't want it to just be us talking from the top and being like, oh yeah, we think this is the best, but we'd like some kind of community effort into it. I think we could even maybe set up a poll if we can get it out soon enough to get you guys voting for like a couple days. I'm not sure when the awards will be announced or go out yet, but
the debate between... I don't think we have a large enough community quite yet. I think that's the reason. I think I would love to do community voted awards soon, but I don't think our community is quite big enough. I feel like a lot of people that will vote are people that are potentially in the running, so it'll just be people voting for themselves, which is fine. But if there's only like 5 people voting and all of them are voting for themselves, it's not going to get anywhere. So these will kind of be like a God's rule this time. But as the community grows, by this time next year, if we have 6, 7, 20,000 subscribers, whatever it could possibly be, I'm definitely more open to community. That makes way more sense than just like a God view, right?
yeah. But regardless, we do want nominations from our community.
Oh,
that
yes.
would be perfect.
Oh, yes.
Nominations would be awesome because we cannot get around and we cannot see everything.
Yeah.
There's so much out there. I mean, just like what we have to go over today is going to blow people's minds that we found in just one day. Anyways, should we get to some mixed reality news? I'm standing on people's cables.
Easy there, Eric.
Better?
Yep.
There you go. If you guys could only see behind the scenes what's going on. So, some news. Hit us with our first article, Paul.
Well, it's more just about the future in 2018, and an article on The Verge was talking about how the Samsung headset really gives them hope for VR in 2018, in the fact that I think they say that it's like the most comfortable wearing headset they've used and the most comfortable VR they've done in a while, and I think that's really telling of how Microsoft is doing right now. Even if it's just one of the headsets that they were working on in 2017, the fact that someone wrote an article just saying that this specific headset makes them excited for 2018 VR is kind of interesting to me. What do you guys think about that?
Yes, I have the link I'm going to post in the chat right now to it, and I actually have it up on my computer that we can look at right here, so we can kind of go over some of the stuff. If we want to jump to that, Ken. Perfect. Oh, it worked. I'm so happy that worked. All right, so yeah, here's the article. Here's like a girl trying it. I think this is her. She's Addie Robertson, which is cool. We don't get a lot of girls' opinions on VR very often. It's sadly very male-dominated. And it looks like the controllers. Now, this is kind of an interesting picture. I never realized these were such different two-tones, but right here is kind of cool. If those of you that have never seen the headset before, this is kind of what it looks like from the angle. And I'll just talk on comfortability for a minute.
It's a lot like the HoloLens build.
Oh, yeah, it looks similar to it for sure. So I could talk a little bit about comfortability. So I think my favorite thing about the Windows Mixed Reality headsets that I've tried is this headband piece that comes up right here. I don't know what to call it off the top of my head. Someone posted that in a YouTube chat. That's not my actual joke. And I like the leather accents. Most comfortable, I don't know. The headphones I've heard after long use press on your ears and hurt too much. But
how long are you going to be using VR anyways?
Exactly. I mean,
most people get sick after a while of VR.
Exactly. So. You have to be really invested. And if you're doing that, you're probably getting a hardcore rig. I love the leather accents. I think that's really nice. Leather always, even if it's foul leather, it always, faux leather, I mean, it always adds to it. What do you guys think? Do you think this is warranted to be like the next generation of devices? Is the Samsung, out of all the devices that are there, is that your pick?
I would say just because its stats were better, it was higher resolution and stuff like that. So if that makes the experience that much better, then yeah. And I know Oculus and HTC are also coming out with their own high resolution editions of their headsets. So it's going to be a battle to who can get the highest resolution for the most affordable price point.
And I think it's like you said, it's a very well-spec'd device, and it eliminates like the need for headphones, which most devices require, and matched with WMR, like if you guys haven't tried it yet, it's pretty awesome. And with the Steam VR integration, I think it's a huge step forward, and I think it is the future.
Yeah, I definitely do. She kind of complains about the term mixed reality here, which we talk about a lot. Do you guys agree? How do you guys think Microsoft has done since Christmas season just ended? A lot of our predictions, I'd love to go back probably at the beginning of 2018 and look at some of our predictions we made from earlier this year, what would happen, and see how many were correct. Did the term mixed reality bite them in the butt as much as you guys thought it would?
No, because I think their marketing operation has done like a fantastic job of just being like, everything is mixed reality. Yeah. They're not like... Yeah, it's confusing when you do go in and look at the different devices. Like, if the way Microsoft is selling it, you would think that the HoloLens and the mixed reality devices are the exact same thing, because they said the HoloLens was mixed reality as well. So, but they've basically just been like, all right, HoloLens doesn't really exist in our marketing operation right now because we don't care what people outside of the companies we're selling to think. So here's these mixed reality headsets. Where it's going to bite them is when a HoloLens Consumer Edition comes out, and they're going to try and sell that as mixed reality as well. Yes. They're going to run into a couple issues there, I think, with at least recognition of what the technology actually is.
So do you think they should be like, so you have your VR mixed reality device, and then when the consumer version of the HoloLens comes out, it should be you have your AR MR device? See,
that makes sense when you use like the acronyms, but if you say the full word, mixed reality, virtual reality, that makes no sense. Yeah, it's like when you're like, it's an AR/MR device. That makes sense. But if I say augmented reality, mixed reality device, it's very confusing, actually.
Like if you're trying to sell this to your parents, and obviously our parents know what like AR and MR mean now because we talk about it so much. But if you were trying to sell it to someone that doesn't know anything, you go, hey, do you want an AR/MR device or a VR/MR device? What?
That would just throw people off.
And then you have to explain what augmented reality is. Right. It's just going to throw everyone off. So they're going to run into some issues. Right now, they're not being affected by it because they only have one line of mainstream devices that fall under that mixed reality umbrella that they've created.
Yes, and I think one thing that's really important about this that I don't think she mentions in this article is that your lower-end computers can run this quite easily, at least the basic concept of it. Maybe you're not going to be gaming hardcore, but you can experience a virtual reality for quite a cheap package, especially with their price point. I mean, I don't know if she mentions the price point either in this.
I know Lucas Risotto, he tried running WMR on a 2015 laptop with integrated graphics, and it worked. He wasn't able to game, but it worked nonetheless.
That's awesome that you can get a VR-esque experience like that with controllers, move around, get a much better than phone experience, in my opinion. I think tethered. I think we're not to predictions yet. I guess let's go over this other article. No, we can skip that other article. We got plenty of other stuff to talk about. I guess we can kind of jump into predictions for a second before we get into the cool links. My big prediction for 2018 is wireless. I think we're ready to kill cables at this point for everything. I mean, well, I was just setting up we just set up a Google Home yesterday, and I was still kind of surprised that there's a cable. Sadly, that device would be ultimate if it didn't have to have a cable, and you could literally put it anywhere without having to be stuck somewhere.
And then remember last night, number one HoloLens fan, he posted that article. I guess the FCC just cleared a wireless charging solution.
That can charge up to 15 feet.
Oh, nice.
See,
I can pull
that
that
solves
up.
everything.
I can
Yeah.
pull that.
Every like first world problem out there that solves.
Yeah, and that would that would like change everything, because like your Google Homes, your Alexas, everything, you'd just be able to put it within 15 feet of, or you just set up an entire grid of those all over your house, no matter where you are.
Exactly. Every place that you would normally have a wall outlet, just put one of those behind the wall. They don't even have to go 15 feet. I mean, they could go 10 feet. I mean, how many rooms, if we put one of those at every single wall outlet we have, is 10 feet not going to reach? You know? Just go ahead and replace them all. That would be genius. If they just go in and they just make it so you can plug it into your wall and it just shoots out.
Now,
like
how
that.
much juice is it giving? Like, is it
Like USB Type C juice
It's
level?
enough to charge a phone. I bet it's not good enough to charge like fast charging, but I bet it could charge your phone normal speed if it's on just a small amp.
See, that's totally acceptable.
Yeah.
I'd accept it
for
too.
most purposes.
Now, I'm interested in what are the health effects of
Yeah.
living in like this, what is probably going to be an electromagnetic field or something along that line. So that'll be kind of interesting. Obviously,
have
if
to
the
wear-
FCC approved it, they did some tests, but you got to wonder what.
We all have to wear lead
There's
suits.
there's so much crap bouncing around us right now. It's not even funny. We have Bluetooth, we have radio, we have everything.
Oh, I know,
Wi-Fi.
but this is a little different because it's like uninsulated.
Yeah, it's
You just feel like a little bit tingly when you
Yeah.
walk through it.
Yeah.
You just walk between
Your hair's just
iPhone.
standing up. You're just like, oh, I love that my devices can charge.
Every time you walk past your iPhone, you lose a sperm cell or something like that. You know how people
Or if you have a
always worry about that?
pacemaker, your heart skips a beat every time.
right.
No, I bet it's got to be pretty safe. And I mean, I feel there's two things that hold us back, I think, the most right now, and it's internet speeds and cables. The fact that we still have to use cables in everyday life is crazy. I mean, if you could only see the setup we have going underneath us right now to just transfer some audio and some video, it's unbelievable. I mean, the fact that you can watch in real time, this is weird to me. The fact that they can watch in near real time what we're doing in full HD, but I can't send it to that computer right there, just blows my mind. I don't know why. Am I the only one that's really confused? That I can stream 4K Netflix to my computer from the other side of the ocean, but yeah, I can't stream my Blu-ray player to my TV. Am I the only one that's like really weirded out about the fact that we're not there yet?
You know, I wonder if we do have that technology. It's just they're working on miniaturizing it. Because imagine if that webcam was like gigantic because it needed networking capabilities. The networking capability to send HD video directly to the internet, basically,
Yes.
is what we do. So I think a lot of times companies, they might be working on something like this, and then it's just people like stuff that looks good and that is small and easy to use. So it might just be they're dealing with miniaturization, they're dealing with making it look good, other stuff like that.
Yeah, and we're making those advances every day.
Yeah.
I think that's probably one of the big advances into this thing is you could do wireless power. I remember on like episode 5 of the podcast we talked about Disney's big thing that they were announcing, but it was
that
like
room. Yeah.
it was a whole room, and it was like a pipe coming down from the ceiling that was huge that you had to do. And now look, we're getting that same level from right there. Now, is this going to be enough to charge your TV or your microwave? Probably not. But I bet we're not far off, the fact that we're getting this far. And this just means so much for stuff like Magic Leap, because now you don't have to have an external power brick or something like that. You can just literally just charge the device basically wherever you are, and then it has a smaller battery. Batteries can get smaller because they're always constantly being charged. And there's so much advancements. So lack of cables. What about any other predictions? VR, AR, or just tech related for 2018?
I think next year, 2018, is going to be the year of VR. I think we're going to see a major consumer push for VR. I think we're going to start seeing it everywhere.
Yeah.
A lot of things are going to start moving over into that VR space. So, and I think
I hear my friends saying like VR arcades are popping up everywhere.
oh yeah,
We have one in our mall. That's the
Yeah.
portability's not quite there. Do you guys think those are good or bad? Do you think that's going to limit some experience since they paid so much, or do you think that's good to get people a taste of VR and what it's actually like?
well now those I think it's good to give people a taste, but there's also those new wireless headsets that are going to be coming out, like the the Oculus
Vive.
one. Yeah,
The Vive one.
the Oculus one. There's the Vive one coming out. Like, that's awesome that there's these VR headsets that are coming out.
That's
They're not
gonna
gonna have
kill
any
those.
wires at all, and they can hold a ton of games.
That's like the good. That's the good enough experience that I'm talking about right there. That's the one. That's like, in my opinion, that Vive. I can't remember what it was that we saw last week. Was the perfect compromise between power and portability and everything. Like phones, I don't think are the correct compromise for VR to experience VR, but I definitely think the Vive. Man, I really wish I remember what it was called off the top of my head. The Vive Go or whatever it was the perfect compromise. Austin, what about you? What do you think your predictions are?
I want the cell phone to go away.
You think we're gonna start seeing companies shy away from phones?
I think so. Maybe. It might be a couple more years, but I think we're gonna be starting to see.
I think you're right. I think we're just gonna most advancements in phones are going to be spec based. Like, oh, it's got better RAM. Oh, it's got a faster processor. Oh, it's got that stuff. I don't think we're gonna see like the evolution that we've been seeing in phones with revolutionary new cameras, revolutionary new designs, revolutionary new experiences to experience with that new power and everything. I don't know. What about you?
But the interesting thing is, like, when you watch like shows about the future, they all still have cell phones.
It's crazy. We were watching Surrogates last night, and that was from 2009. And they have these crazy robots that like you can just lay in this chamber and then walk around as if you're that robot. But yet everybody's still using keyboards. Everybody's still using huge screens. And their watcher robots they have a robot watching a bunch of screens instead of artificial intelligence. Nobody's even like fathoming artificial intelligence in that. So it's interesting like what people see the direction of technology going. And I see it just like killing this kind of stuff. Rather than getting super robots, I see just everything getting way more easy to use.
Yeah.
Or way more convenient. Rather than like getting super big advancements in technology, I think everything's just getting more convenient. Probably 2018 is just going to be the year of ultimate convenience, right?
Oh, definitely. I think everything's just going to try and get more convenience. And when you say like that you see the death of the phone, I hope so. But I think AR needs to get a lot better for that to happen. But I hope we see like Apple come out with their AR headset, or at least give us some details on it. But if we know anything about Apple, they'll probably be like, oh, it's not secure enough, or it's not ready yet, so you're going to have to wait years and years, and they're going to fall behind in the market.
Or they'll just build it to break the next month.
So that you buy it. Yeah, I definitely agree. I think phones, maybe not the death of the phone, I think we're going to see the slowdown of innovation in the phone. I think we saw this like 2007 is a lot when we saw the slowdown of innovation in computers, a lot of it. I mean, after 2007, there wasn't a lot of new experience being created for the computer. It was more just better specs, better power, better this, which is awesome. Computers one area, since we use it in such facets, we need that progression. But I feel like phones can be a whole different paradigm shift, and we're ready to embrace that. Don't you?
Oh, definitely. But I think we are going to see like almost a disincentive to upgrade your phone unless you're an Apple owner and they on purpose slow down your phone for you because they're helping you save your battery life. They could have just told us to replace our batteries.
If they would even let you replace your batteries on their
without
phone.
having to send it into Cupertino or wherever.
I wish companies would give you more access to their hardware. I understand why they don't, but I wish because I want to be able to upgrade my storage, I don't know, that was random.
Well, no, you're totally right. We made that prediction. We talked about that a lot in our older podcasts, where technology is not going to become. People aren't going to know more about technology. Technology is going to become more restrictive and more simple. I mean, back in the day, if you wanted to set up internet at your house, it was a whole process, But now it's literally plug and play internet. Or if you wanted to do basically anything, and when phones first
unless you're
came
setting
out,
it up.
like the first Android phone, the first Android phone had so much customizability on it. You could change out the stuff, but now look, we're losing headphone jacks, we're losing storage, we're losing all of this stuff. You can't even open up your phone anymore, and it's for that convenience. It's for the waterproofness. It's for the speed. We're so being told, but it's also makes us stupider. Like a lot of people couldn't. Like if you handed them a phone and said make it bigger storage in this, they couldn't. I mean, I couldn't with the S8. Do you have expandable storage?
Oh, yeah. just that little slot there.
But if you just handed it to somebody randomly, do you think they could expand
Oh, no.
storage?
And you need, like, the special key that comes with the phone for it. Like, it's not just, like, as easy as, like, on the,
The S5.
like on the Samsung.
Pop the back off,
Yeah.
slide an SD card in,
Yeah,
boom.
it's, like, right near the SIM card.
Yep.
You don't even have to turn off the phone. Well,
Sorry.
you do have to turn off the phone to do it, or else you're going to get corrupted stuff. But still, it's, like, just simplified. But no one wants to do that anymore. Everyone wants to build, like, the S8 is a beautiful phone, but you can't access anything inside the phone without running into issues or, like,
Oh man, this
it's really
this
hard.
is closed end to
Yeah.
end. Like, you're not taking this thing apart, and if you are, you're running a lot of risks. Also, with like the advancements of cloud storage and such, we don't need those as much. So it's really interesting. Cloud's getting crazy. I mean, so 2018 is going to be huge. Cloud too. Any buzzwords like AI was last year and cryptocurrency was this year? Blockchain, I mean specifically. Any big buzzwords you think for next year?
I don't really know. I think
Vibe focus. Thank you, STEM Games, by the way.
we're gonna see a resurgence in AI as well. I think AI, people have kind of put it to the side, and now they've given it to consumers. But now I think it's time for these companies to start giving us smarter AIs and try, because now they're building trust with the community.
Right.
So now you can put it in charge of a lot more stuff than just set an alarm for me. Oh, play this song. Oh, how long is my commute to work today?
Oh, home devices.
Yeah, and then so start giving us smarter AI.
I think the general public needs a better understanding of what AI is.
And how to utilize
Yeah.
it. Yeah, I bet, you know what, I bet that's what they're going to do. This is going to be like a lot of consumer grade AI, if that makes any sense, where it's like it's super palatable to use this awesome access of wealth that a Google Home is, and how palatable is. Like, I mean, all they're basically doing is making the Google search engine easier and easier and easier to use. That's essentially what they're doing, and wrapping it up into a AI home device, which is awesome. I love it. But I'm curious, anybody in the chat or what you guys think, what are going to be like the big buzzwords? I would say like 24. Wait, what year? What is it? We're going to 2018. I would say 2016, 2015 was like VR. Well, what was big 2015? I can't even remember. 2016 was AI. AI was huge. 2016. You guys remember how big it was? This year, I definitely think it was blockchain.
Yeah.
I think next year has the potential to be VR, mixed reality. VR has that potential. I think the potential is definitely there. I'm just curious to see what it is. Anyways, I have some cool links I want to show you guys. I can go ahead and pull them up. We're just going to start rocking through them on my computer. So we were looking into getting tickets for CES, which will hopefully be going to that and covering all that. There's over 330 augmented and companies that consider themselves augmented and virtual reality specific there. So, I mean, there's going to be some insane stuff to see. Some of that stuff can just be like components building, but still, it's even cool to see. And we were looking at Avagant. So I have here up on Amazon
Ridiculous.
the Avagant video headset. You think this is ridiculous?
I mean, it's a cool
there we
concept
go. We can show the picture.
because
Well,
These are different pictures than
before
that.
anyone gets confused, this is not an AR, VR, MR headset. This is literally a personal theater that has just mini projectors in the eyes, and it just projects the image into your eye, basically. Not like the misconception was last week about Magic Leap. This was literally like a projector, and so it's just like a mini personal theater that they came up with.
Do you guys think there's a market for this?
I feel like that's something we'd see in like a music video.
Not or a Black Mirror episode.
Yeah.
I think there's a market for it if you're one of those. If you're like looking at something, I don't even know. I feel like it's something. It would be useful on like an international flight if it's like more than 12 hours where you're sleeping on the flight and you're trying not to wake up people next to you with a movie or something.
Yeah.
I think that could be a very good option. But I don't see many other like huge uses for it.
Yeah, I see a couple competitors when I
Wait,
scroll down
what
here.
is normally bought with it?
There's some other competitors. There's a lot of competitors. I mean, this is a big
to use it with your
field.
phone.
Oh, okay.
I mean, look, there's so many of these people trying to tap in. Sony has theirs. Cinemas are. I mean, this is kind of slightly old tech, but I'm wondering if it still has like standing in today's world.
Well, you can hook it up to literally any device that would have a screen. Like people hook it up to their drones. You see there. You can
Oh,
game
yeah.
on it.
Drones have a really big.
So you could take your Wii U and hook it up to that.
Oh, that'd be
So
awesome.
so you could have a more immersive experience, I guess. I don't know. I'd like to try one out.
I'd like to try one out too. I think, and $500 is not a bad price point.
And I think the reason I found this because I was just looking up Avigant today. I don't know how to pronounce it.
We'll just say Avigant.
So I was looking them up today, and I came across this because I was like, I didn't know they had a device out. And I thought it was just good to note because it kind of gives us an idea of if they were to make a device, where they're going. It doesn't seem like they have any plans to make a device right now.
Yeah.
They're more just trying to be the parts supplier for the light field displays
It's a good
that
place
are
to
coming
be.
out.
Yep.
So, yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, so this is interesting. Not for me, but I think there's an area for it. $500 is not a bad price point. I mean, if you get a pair of headphones plus a mini display thing, that's pretty cool, I think. All right, let's move on to the next thing. The Insta360 one. Did you see this, Austin? Did I posted this?
I did not.
Let me see if I can play the video. Watch video. Here you go. We're gonna watch this for everybody. Let me mute this. It's basically just like a 360 camera thing, but where's that clip that they played? Oh, right here. It's trying to play in the background. Maybe it'll play in a second. Basically, it's just a simple 360 camera, but look, you see how it doesn't look like he's holding anything?
Right.
Right here. I guess pointing at the screen. It doesn't look like he's holding anything. I thought he had a string and he was swinging it around him. What he was doing? But apparently, it's got software in there to edit out the
camera,
the camera stick, the selfie stick. So
Really?
the camera literally looks like it's like floating around you and stuff. I can pull out
So
the
it's
video
kind of
real quick.
like a drone, but
Yeah, it looks like it. If you get a really long selfie stick, I mean, it could be really far away from you. There's people holding them while they're doing lots of different stuff. Our Wi-Fi is being dirt. But anyways, I thought this was kind of cool. Do you guys think 360 video has like a big standing?
Yeah, I could see it for like a lot of things actually, because to me that makes almost company like VR for the masses acceptable. Accessible. Like you can make VR stuff yourself. Like 360 videos. That's one of the biggest things that got VR. Like news companies do it all the time. I mean, so yeah, I think there is a use for it.
That's really cool.
And I see a need for it almost with a lot of companies. Like if you have a smaller newspaper, you can't make 360 videos and you can't make or even 360 pictures. But it adds a lot to your news sometimes. So it'd be kind of cool seeing like smaller companies or smaller people just get these and being able to make some really cool stuff. I'll be interested to see what people start making.
Yeah.
It's a very observant camera, like 360-degree video that could capture the coolest parts of like any story in journalism, you know?
And 360 has been around for a long time. I think like 2014 or something was the first time I saw a video being uploaded. It was like Freddie W. did Time Couch or something. But it took him forever to film and it took him all this crazy stuff. But now this technology is becoming like palatable and really cool, actually. I always thought it was kind of gimmicky, but the fact that you can put it in the hands of everyday creators and have it look that high quality is really exciting. Anyways, let's move on to the next link I found. That one's broken. All right, Daiquiri's new headset, or as I like to say, Magic Leap for nerds. Did you see the Daiquiri's new stuff that they put out?
I didn't know. I didn't
like
realize they actually came up with a price point for their device.
Yes. So like earlier this year,
a battery pack?
I think it's going to be a GPU or a battery pack. I can't tell. Maybe both even. Earlier this year, Daiquiri announced that they were going to have a headset, but they were going through a lot of different prototypes. Here's Daiquiri's prototypes, actual set. It looks nice. I think it looks nice. But one thing that I noticed was a lot of the weight on the back. That's really nice. And then also a peripheral. A plug and play, whatever this is. Daiquiri smart glasses are portable, lightweight, powerful augmented reality wearables designed for professional workers. Expect the best professional grade AR solution on the market, offering a wide 44-degree field of view, which I have no idea what that is. A 6th generation Intel Core M7 processor, sensors out of the box are ready to use. Developers can build additional applications with a provided Unity extension and IT managed, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, but $5,000. What do you guys think of a $5,000 MR headset?
You can almost get 2 HoloLenses.
You won't, or 4 Magic Leaps if they existed.
That
3.
field of view, that sounds really small. I feel like that's smaller than.
Should we Google it?
Yeah.
Let's go. 44 degree FOV. By the way, for everybody
Depiction. Yeah.
that was talking about Magic Leap versus HoloLens FOV and the whole VHS thing, we have a video that should be coming out very, very soon, explaining the differences between the two and what they all are and all of that. It's going to be awesome. Can you? I think it's on my computer. Can you just pause my computer? Yeah. That's all fine. Anyways, oh, I just had this up right now. This was my surprise. This was my finale. Anyways, I guess we're moving on to it. This is It's Me. Okay, we're gonna react and watch this together.
Before we do this, we were gonna look at what 44 degrees.
I looked it up. I couldn't find anything handy.
Okay.
Number one HoloLens fan, can you tell me what the degrees of the HoloLens is? He probably has it up right here. We just haven't seen it yet. Let's see. So many comments. Thank you guys for posting so much. Are the DAQRI headsets going to be available for consumers? I don't know. They're going to be at CSS. So
CES.
CSS. I've been coding too much. CES. So hopefully we'll get to talk to them. I'd really like to talk to them. I would love to try that headset out, man.
Dude,
a $5,000 augmented reality headset. That sounds awesome.
Can't wait to document
Unless
this.
it's got the puniest. No, I think we're going to make that video.
It looks similar in form factor to the Magic Leap.
Yeah, it looks really
very similar to the Magic Leap. That was my biggest thing, that I was like, this is literally the Magic Leap just in a different package.
But it looks better because it's black here.
I'll go back to it for everybody so what we're talking about can have some form of context. Where is it? Did I close out of it?
Probably.
Oh, no. Yeah, it literally looks exactly like the Magic Leap. Doesn't it? Am I the only one that's like, this is basically the Magic Leap? Look, it's got the 2 cables coming out of here that probably verge into one. I don't see any speakers, but other than that, I don't know. It looks. Oh, here's some I/O on the USB-C.
I'm glad they showed us I/O.
Oh yeah.
Unlike some people.
These are probably actual pictures too. I think.
Sensitive I/O has been edited out.
Whatever that means. Did that news break after? Oh yeah, we didn't mention that. Some Magic Leap update news. Anyways, we'll get to that to the end. Magic Leap drama. We'll get to that segment.
We can still call it Magic Leap drama. Thank goodness.
We really can.
I know.
All right, here's a. This is called It's Me 3D. Whoa.
God.
I'm going to turn down the volume for everybody. All right, let's go now. So, you know what? Here you go. We can react to it in real time.
Well, it's obvious. Be yourself.
Austin, what are your first impressions of this awesome thing? Do you understand what's going on?
So it's them in 3D.
It's them in 3D, but our Wi-Fi is way too dirt to do anything about it.
I don't think the stream can hear it.
Oh, really? That's all right. It's more visual anyway.
Should just post the link.
Yeah, here's a link to it. You guys can watch it yourselves, and then we'll just talk about it. Sorry, guys. Our Wi-Fi is such dirt. So this is It's Me 3D. Now, Paul doesn't want this, but
It's not that I don't. I personally don't want it. I don't think it's gonna. I think it's gonna be something that's popular for people, but I don't see it having a use for me.
So what it is it's a tube. I'll explain it to Austin.
Okay.
It's a tube, like a photo booth that you walk in, and it takes 360 pictures of you and like a spatial map of you, and gives you your own. It gives you like your own 3D Unity asset for you to use.
So you get these files to use for whatever you want.
Yes, here she is. Here they are dancing and doing lots of different stuff. We'll just let this play in the background while we talk about it.
So I can get a video of me dancing and then text it to you?
You could. You totally could. That's one thing you could do with it. Also, some of the cool things they could do is you can see yourself inside of a cashmere dress.
Oh, because I've always wanted to do that.
Austin in a cashmere dress.
This one's cool. This is actually cool. If you guys can see on the screen, she makes herself a Skyrim character, which I think is really cool, actually.
Oh, there you go.
That's cool. I think that's cool. And I think for like VR chats and Second Life and all of that kind of VR-esque stuff that's coming out, I think that's going to be really cool to make an actual assets of you. The only thing I think that's silly is the fact that you have to get in a whole tube to take your picture of your assets of yourself. Because someone like SkyZ is just going to come in and hack up something to do on your phone where you just take a picture of yourself with your phone
Yeah.
and use the SLAM algorithm and mesh it to it, and boom, there you are. So anybody that wants to make that, I think you have a really big future, and you make a lot of money. If you can make that for your phone, just take a picture of you, 3D mesh, boom, attach you to just some stuff, it'd be awesome.
And
Paul doesn't want one, though.
I don't want it. Don't sell it to me. I know companies already do have like 3D mapping software to upload like CAD images in. They can build out a prototype and then put it into CAD. So that technology exists, and I feel like they could also come in and give a handheld device that would completely make these guys irrelevant.
Oh, yeah.
So I think the technology is already out there. It just might be in corporate hands that are not thinking about what it could be used for in terms of AR, VR stuff. So
Yeah.
this company's ahead of the curve, but we'll see if they can stay in there when a bigger company comes in.
The idea
So I know
is
even
really
my
that-
dad's company, he was telling me something about they have a handheld thing that they can scan in stuff into CAD now.
Oh, see, that's awesome. Yeah, and I mean with the HoloLens, I mean SkyZ said he just scanned in his head with his HoloLens. You know, I think we just missed it. Here it is. Oh, here it is, right back here a little bit. All right, we'll let this load, and I think it shows how they take them. I don't know, maybe I'm completely confused, but the idea is really good. I think their execution is not quite there, but it was kind of cool to see how there's. It's just cool to see that there's new people interested in doing stuff for this.
Yeah, and they need a new logo. I think that was a big issue.
Here it
for
is.
me.
Here's the tube.
Oh yeah.
She's getting into it. If this loads. Sorry, I'm on a Chromebook and our
like
Wi-Fi
she's boarding
is really
it.
That
Alien
looks like it would
spaceship.
make me really claustrophobic.
Arrival.
Yeah.
It also gives you a tan. It's like a tanning booth that you get in.
Professional at multitasking.
Anyways, I guess we're not going to see how it
And
You
works.
also,
it sends you-
also,
She gets in. Where are you going to put this? You're going to put this in the mall?
you also get cancer.
You don't need that. You just need someone walking around and then mesh it together. What a
I can see it being in a mall though.
Really?
Oh yeah. People.
Right next to the hurricane simulator.
If they make it super cheap, the hurricane simulator, that's a good point. And the massage chairs. You know, the massage chairs are not that expensive, $5,000 to buy it, and then you pay like $15 for it. I mean, you get a couple hundred people to do that, you've paid for it itself, and then it's profitable. That's actually maybe a good business
So like
model.
$20 to go get your "It's Me"
Yeah, and then you can
poses.
add it onto Snapchat or something else like that. But then Snapchat would just be like, screw you. We're gonna
Yeah.
make our own.
They already
Yeah.
have their Bitmoji crap
Yeah.
that everyone seems to be in love with for no reason.
All right, let's move on to Mira, Prism, or as I like to call Meta for poor people.
Dude, that looks.
So this is an augmented
Crazy.
reality headset called Mira.
Oh god.
That
What
looks
the-
a lot like Meta. I wonder if these are the same lenses that Meta buys there.
Dude, what
from,
kind of
same
picture is that? Nobody has that much fun.
glass. You will if
I
you try
love
this.
stock photos.
They're just like, Photoshop it on her. Oh, so it looks like, so you use your phone. It's another phone-based AR.
So it just reflects it.
Yeah, but we haven't seen much phone-based AR yet. The only one that we've got is Merge VR, which I have up next, which we have one of their cubes that we're going to be doing a video on that looks really cool. Oh, it looks like Unbox Therapy did a video on it. Oh, that's cool.
It seems like they've got a lot of apps to back.
It was at Walmart. I mean, this
Yeah.
thing's sold at Walmart, so it's a big deal. Walmart, Best Buy, Amazon, Target, GameStop. These guys are
And I
good.
think
It's pretty
when I went
good.
to
It's actually really
yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
So,
Cheap too.
I think we're going to see a lot of these in 2018. Going back to predictions, this costs $100.
So
No,
they're,
thank
they're
you.
social
Portable.
point.
Affordable.
What do they mean by that?
It's social.
you're supposed to be able
Is
to
it
use
beca-
it with other people.
Is it like super low form factor? Is that what they're saying?
Maybe.
Like
They kind of look derpy with the thing on their forehead.
they look like aliens or something.
But, I mean, this looks like a Meta. If you were to look
Oh,
at the
yeah.
picture, this looks like a Meta.
It's Meta 3.
Meta 3 using your iPhone. But I don't know. I think it's cool. I think it's too expensive for people to just purchase for fun. But I think this is cool. I'm interested to see where this avenue goes. I always used to talk about a good enough VR experience, if it was dangerous or not for AR. And I think this is all right. I think at this price point, people know what they're getting themselves into. Let us know in the comments below what you guys think of a headset like this, if it has any standing. Don't tear it apart too hard. I feel like you guys are going to be haters. All right, then we looked at... on the other end of the spectrum, we have the ultimate cheap version of it, called the Horizon.
Is this the $30 one?
This is the $30 one, yeah. Let me find their website.
$30 HoloLens killer. Let's go.
Snell Mel Games is in Mira's chat. I mean Slack.
He's in Mira's?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. We should maybe get in there too. Looks interesting. I think, especially if they already support all major phones. It looks kind of cool. It looks more high quality than any of the other ones that I've seen before.
Yeah.
Which is,
Oh yeah.
which gives me hope, because when I saw Horizon stuff, it's still loading. When I saw Horizon stuff, I was not the most impressed that I could have been. But and this is cool that it includes a totem. That's interesting. Glasses. I wonder what the FOV is. I think they claimed a 100-degree FOV.
I could see them claiming that, well, and being able to attain it, because I think phone-based AR, it's just easier to get that performance out of it, because it's not self-enclosed processing power, and you just have to focus on the glass surface area.
I wish they didn't have to use this Mira deck, this like little thing to use the tracking. If they could track it to your hand or a watch or the totem, that would be really nice.
But it was kind of interesting there, if that wasn't a render, that it was tracking almost in real time really well.
Yeah, look how good that is. That's pretty good. I mean, your phones are so powerful now. Phones are so incredibly powerful now that, I mean, they can capable of this. This is like Merge VR. We have a cube that we've been wanting to make a video of for God knows how long. We just haven't had time to. That's actually really fun to play with. I think it's really good consumer-grade AR. You had fun with it.
Oh yeah.
My little cousins have fun with it. For $15, I don't think you can go wrong with this Merge VR's cube. Okay, Horizon, here we are. So this is like Google Cardboard of augmented reality. They got a lot of funding in Kickstarter. Let's see. 2,812 backers pledged over 109,000 euro to get this project. So that's pretty good. Looks interesting. You get it, you build it yourself, plug in your phone and let it rip. I don't know. I haven't seen any tech demos or anything yet, but looks interesting. We'll probably buy one, test it out, see how good it is. Well, let's see how much it gets cost. What do you guys guess? Price point before we get to there.
$30.
$50.
$30, $50?
50?
$34.99. So you were over, so that means you lose by default. That's how the rules work.
Price is right. So now you have to buy me one.
Shipping
Okay,
is done
Paul.
every week on Thursday. Oh man, it's so sorry. I didn't know we could get it now. I thought it was still under.
We'll go and buy it right now.
All right. I'm going to put this in my checkout. I'm going to put my credit card number in on screen. Oh, crap. This is going to pop up with something I don't want it to.
Yeah.
All right. Maybe you guys will be
Google
singing
autofill.
Horizon in our videos. Who was it that said they had a Mira?
No one has a mirror.
He was in the Mira Slack.
All right. I'm just going to go through this.
Snail Mail Games, I believe. Said it.
There it goes. It's like Microsoft Reactor. iPhone X can do this really easily through only your face. Paul getting Surface Book 2. Oh, yeah, we can talk about that for a second. Paul, so you're going to get a new laptop finally.
Yeah, I'm going to buy the Microsoft Surface Book 2, and I think I'm going to get the bundle that comes with the Lenovo MR headset.
Which will be awesome.
Yeah, so it's like...
$40 for the dongle, right?
Yeah. All I have to do is pay $40 for the dongle, and the headset's free with the Surface Book 2. I'm getting the i7 version with the 1050 in it, the GTX 1050 in it.
Isn't it a 1060?
No, it's 1050.
Oh, I thought it was 10. Okay.
Yeah, everyone always kept saying 1060. It's a 1050.
Interesting.
Really?
Still, 1050 is pretty darn powerful, especially
Yeah.
for a freaking laptop.
Oh, it's going to be... They claim it handles WinMR perfectly, so that's fine with
I
me.
think it will. I mean, our 1080 doesn't stutter at all, and my laptop is pretty derpy, and it was able to handle
Can you
pretty
GTA
good.
with us?
Oh, I'll be able to GTA.
Oh, heck yeah, GTA,
I'll just have
Insurgency.
to downscale a little bit. In Insurgency, I could probably run
I don't
at
think
full.
you'll need to downscale.
Insurgency for
GTA is
days,
old.
dude.
GTA is old. I don't think you'll need to downscale at all.
Maybe draw distance. That's about it.
Yeah, probably.
What's the storage like on that?
It's like 256 gigabytes in an SSD, and then I already have an external hard drive that's 2 terabytes.
Okay.
So
And I'll
perfect.
probably get an external SSD for just like gaming purposes.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, the VR is really exciting. Those bundles are insane. Like, I mean, they're really just trying to get people on their platform right now. Everybody right now, it's a war of platforms. I don't know how to explain this, but it's completely the war of platforms right now. I think we could get into this more next week's podcast, but I'll just kind of throw a little bit tidbit. I've noticed Google Home is so freaking cheap. Google Amazon Dots are so cheap. VR headsets are getting so cheap now. Everything is fighting for the platform rather than the device. Like before, it's like, please be Apple, please be this. Now it's like, please get onto our device, whatever it is. I guess it's always a device fight, but it feels they're just basically giving these devices away for free. You know,
Well, yeah, the Lenovo one's like a $400 device.
$250, I think. 200,
I
sometime
think-
250.
I thought it was like 400. But well, regardless, I'm buying the laptop for $2,000, which I would have paid anyways, and I get a free headset with it. That sounds awesome.
Exactly. So I mean, it's pretty crazy. And they were doing those during Christmas. Those Black Friday sales were insane.
Yeah.
Giving away basically a VR ready computer with a headset for like $600,
Yeah.
where the headset itself is like $200 and the graphics card is like $500. It's incredible right now. It's really awesome. Good deals for us. Just like get on whatever platform you like.
Yep.
And then in 3 years they're just gonna start gouging us for stuff.
Oh yeah.
You know, like the Hue will go up in price. Everything is just going to start going insanely up in price. It's insane. Any last words, boys?
No, I think
That's about it. Yeah.
That's about it.
Let me just go through the comments really quickly. 35 to 45. No one knows the official number. So it looks like Avogant's slightly bigger than HoloLens in FOV.
The Daiquiri.
Oh, the Daiquiri. Yes, thank you. Magic Leap Drama. Oh crap! We gotta do Magic Leap Drama
Magic
real quick.
Leap Drama.
So we need like a roll in.
Yeah.
And then it pops in for
Something super cheesy and retro.
yeah. So okay, Magic Leap Drama. It turns out that those were renders. Maybe they might have been pictures separately, but they were renders. I'm actually curious. Caden, you can go ahead and pop up to my screen. Caden's our resident Photoshop expert. I want him to tell me what he thinks of these pictures. If they look like a Photoshop or not. Once it loads. This site's pretty heavy. Wish we had a mic this one time. Alright, let's scroll out. Alright, lazy load, boom. There it is. Alright, Cade. Does this look like a Photoshop or does this look real?
It's Photoshop.
It definitely looks Photoshop, doesn't it?
Oh, by the way, Caden just said it was Photoshop.
Oh, Caden says yeah. It looks like a render, doesn't it? That
Look
looks
at the shadow on that dude's head.
right here.
Yeah, look at the shadow that goes across his hairline. It doesn't change at all.
Oh, yeah, so there's no shadowing here, so why would there be shadowing here? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Anyways, maybe we could have him do a whole breakdown thing of it, because what people were saying is like this right here.
Some guy did a full analysis of
the
every part of it
Photoshops.
that was overlaid on each other.
So-
Show them the exact picture that
Okay,
is confirmed photoshopped.
Okay, you can tell.
That one.
This looks photoshopped, right? Because they were saying that there's the background, which is without all the external peripherals here, and then someone came in and laid this Magic Leap on top of it, and then said these cables are even a different layer right here. Like this looks fake right here. This looks not good.
And then those two pucks look like they're floating there.
Yeah, these pucks don't look like they're even touching anything.
Like, I don't think it would naturally balance that way anyways.
It wouldn't. I don't. Oh,
Look, well, why
I
doesn't
mean,
this cable have any lighting? Well, here's what they freaked out on. The cable doesn't have any lighting, but this has no lighting. I mean, this has a shadow, and this doesn't have a shadow. And this has a completely different shadow coming this way.
Yeah.
Like if it was a backlight, there would be
Yeah.
a shadow coming down here.
and then
This
the
harsh
glasses
light.
consistently have the same exact
Yeah.
lighting every single time.
So, anyway, some guy came through that's a Photoshop expert and just broke it down that these cables aren't even actually attached to this device. These cables are photoshopped onto the image. This is photoshopped, this is photoshopped, this is all photoshopped onto this image, which is fine. You can touch up pictures, but the fact that they're adding the cables is kind of weird. So it's like, hey, we are going to be doing cable driven. We just have no idea how we're going to be doing it. I don't know. A little bit Magic Leap drama. Anything else? Any other fallout from the Magic Leap stuff from last week that you guys heard?
I don't think so.
I think basically what it's been is just a bunch of speculation now, and a bunch of people getting their jimmies rustled because Magic Leap claimed that they didn't Photoshop the picture, and then people proved that they Photoshopped the picture. So that's fun.
That is a good point. Oh, also a good point in our analysis video that we'll probably go over, that these speakers actually wouldn't go into your ear. People are speculating that these are bone conductors speakers, which are absolute shit from what I understand from people that have actually tried bone conductor ones, and they make some people sick.
So basically Magic Leap's trying to be ahead of its time by using technology that's not ready yet.
I don't know, potentially. It's like some archaic technology with some new stuff. I don't know what's actually going on here. This is basically what is the break it down has. This is not what we're going to see in 2018. They even say that in the pictures, right?
Right.
This is just going to be completely something different. Anyways, there's our Magic Leap drama. Thank you guys for joining us. This has been episode
43
of the podcast. We covered some cool topics. Don't forget to send us some nominations from the beginning of the podcast. You can tweet us, just leave a comment, whatever you happen to do. Hopefully we'll get to go to CES. We'll keep you guys posted. Hopefully we'll be announcing the winners for the awards next week if we get everything sorted out. And this has been the Reality Check Podcast 43, and we are signing off. Catch you guys in the next one.
We'll see ya.
See ya.